What's good? This your man Hurricane. Tell you what it do. And this the Hurricane Sunday service. Quick clip. Don't ask. Don't ask. I said, don't ask. No questions. But over here, we ask those questions. And we are on Durante Lamar's channel, and he's going to tell you 10 secrets the pastors don't want you to know. Yeah, because he's an ex-pastor. Here we go. Number 10. Church is a fucking business.
Church is a business, not a ministry. Churches love to brand themselves as spiritual homes, places of worship where the focus is on faith, community, worship, and prayer. But behind the scenes, churches are structured more like businesses than sanctuaries. They rely on a steady stream of revenue, they market themselves, and they have clear financial incentives to grow their congregations. The moment money is involved, it stops being a simple place of worship and starts functioning like a corporation with tax exemptions. Pastors may not call themselves CEOs, but they manage their churches like CEOs, overseeing budgets, payroll, budget building expansions, and even marketing strategies to draw in new members. This isn't just...
Yep. We see bookstores in church, coffee stores in church. They sell DVDs and CDs in church, VHS, Charlie's Angels.
That every church is a money-hungry empire, but the reality is, without money, churches cannot operate. And that financial dependence shapes every decision they make from the message.
Yep, and that's when it comes to the 501c3 that they get from the government, because the government can.
They preach to the programs they fund. Ever notice how the humble pastor's face is plastered on billboards, newsletters, and social media ads? They make Apple's marketing team look reserved. Turns out, if you can't hook new fish, the donation pond goes dry real quick. Let's look at number 9. Your tithes don't go where you think they do. Pastors love to emphasize the importance of tithing, claiming it's a direct act of faith and that the money is used to support the church's mission. But let's be real, most of your tithe goes towards salaries, maintenance, and operating costs. While some churches do charitable work, the bulk of their funds are spent keeping the organization afloat, covering things like staff salaries, including the pastor's paycheck, which can sometimes be quite significant, but also mortgage or rent for the church building, utilities, maintenance, renovations, and, of course, marketing campaigns to attract new members. Meanwhile, very little actually makes its way to the poor and needy. Churches that push tithing the hardest tend to be the ones most focused on sustaining their own institution, not on helping their communities.
Yep. So they take all the money from the community, the fucking church flourish, and the hood crumbles.
It's like donating to a charity that promises to save endangered pandas, but 90% of the funds go to panda costumes for the staff and building plush office spaces. Then they hand out 3 granola bars to a homeless guy, snap a picture, and call it outreach. Number 8, most pastors doubt, but can't admit it. Believe it or not, many pastors experience doubt about their faith, but they can't afford to be honest about it. If a pastor publicly questions God's existence, the Bible's reliability, or key theological concepts, they risk losing their influence, their job, their congregation, and even their reputation. So instead, they bury their doubts and continue preaching, even if deep down they no longer believe what they're saying. This creates a culture of performance rather than genuine belief, where pastors feel trapped in their roles, unable to leave, even if they no longer believe. They might spend years.
So this is why I say shouts out to the pastors that left and said, fuck this shit. I'm not about to keep taking money from the people. I need to give the people the truth and give them their money back. But I don't think they gave them their money back though. But they have left.
Secretly questioning their faith, all while standing in front of a congregation, preaching certainty. I can remember late night Google binges myself about fossil evidence and contradictions in scripture, and then waking up Sunday morning to deliver a message on unwavering faith. Talk about living a double life. Number 7, church leadership is a boys' club. Despite the modern push for gender equality, church leadership remains overwhelmingly male-dominated. Many churches still refuse to allow women to serve as pastors or hold leadership positions. Even in churches that claim to be progressive, women often find themselves stuck in subordinate roles expected to support men rather than lead alongside them. The Bible is often used as justification for this, citing verses about women being submissive or women being seen as the weaker vessel. But let's be honest, this is about maintaining control. Keeping leadership male-centered ensures that power stays in the hand of men, preventing challenges to the traditional hierarchy. There's nothing like a progressive church that puts women on the women's committee to decorate, cook, and occasionally read announcements. But heaven forbid they speak from the platform with actual authority. Equal rights? More like equal potluck contributions. Number 6, the church thrives on guilt and fear. Ever wonder why so many church messages focus on sin, judgment, and hell? It's
because like I said, they feed off your shame, your guilt, and your regret. And y'all come in that bitch thinking y'all giving up y'all sins, but y'all really not, because y'all come out and be worser. Oh yeah. Is that even a word? Worser? Or come out worse than you was before you came in? That's better.
Fear, guilt, and shame are powerful motivators. If people feel like they're constantly failing, they'll keep coming back for forgiveness and guidance. And if they fear punishment, whether in the form of hellfire or social rejection, which is also a form of social coercion, by the way, they'll comply with whatever the church tells them to do. This is why messages about love and grace are often paired with warnings about sin and damnation, warnings about missing the mark. It keeps people emotionally dependent on the church, making them less likely to leave. It's like a
keep on believing in that invisible deity.
soap opera plot device. Keep the audience hooked with a cycle of danger and rescue, sin and salvation, so that they never miss an episode. The only difference is, in church, you're both the guilty sinner and the audience. Number 5, most church growth is just people switching churches. Churches love to brag about growth, but here's the truth. Most new members aren't actually new believers. I've been sounding this alarm for a little while now. They're just Christians moving from one church to another church, and most times they're not even good Christians. But pastors measure success by attendance. But what they don't tell you is that many churches actively recruit from other congregations rather than bringing in people who weren't already believers. They rely on reshuffling the same pool of Christians rather than converting new members. Churches with the best music, entertainment, and social programs tend to win the battle for members. But in reality, very few churches are actually growing the Christian faith. Most are just competing for the same market. They might as well hand out transfer forms at the door. Please tell me about your 7 most recent churches. Number 4, worship music is designed to manipulate you. The emotional high people feel.
And we already know about the 440 frequency used to control and manipulate. And we all know about the 432 frequency that heals. So how is they manipulating these sounds to get you jumping up for joy, speaking in tongues like you a possessed demon running all around the goddamn church? Y'all motherfuckers look crazy. That's why we kids was laughing in the motherfucking seats. Like, man, look at this dumb motherfucker jumping around doing backflips and shit.
During worship isn't divine. It's a calculated technique. Churches use repetitive lyrics, rising melodies, and atmospheric lighting to create an altar.
Repetitive lyrics, atmospheric lighting, all day. And what's the 3 forms of mind control? Repetition, trauma, and symbolism.
State of mind, making attendees more emotionally receptive to the messaging. Now, this is a form of manipulation designed to make you feel connected to God when it's really just a psychological response to sound, rhythm, and community. Studies have shown that the same emotional responses occur at secular concerts and political rallies. It's not divine intervention, it's human psychology at work. And sure, we called it the Holy Spirit, but if you swapped out the lyrics for R&B love songs, you'd see the same tears, same goosebumps. The difference?
Exactly. And the show, cartoon, South Park exploited the shit out of that. The only thing Cartman did was took a love song to replace the motherfucking sexual, sensual words with Jesus or God or some shit, and they motherfucking blew up. And Cartman was like, fuck Jesus.
No altar call at a Beyonce concert, contrary to popular Christian conspiracy. 3, your pastor has more power over you than you think. Many pastors go beyond spiritual guidance and seek.
Oh yeah, many pastors go beyond spiritual guidance. They be trying to fuck your kids and fuck your wife. Hide your kids, hide your wife, because your pastor is taking those bitches out here.
Control your personal decisions, from who you vote for, to who you love, to how you parent. This isn't just advice, it's social pressure disguised as doctrine. Some churches even shun members who step out of line, using ostracization as a means of control. If you challenge the pastor's authority or question a doctrine, you may find yourself quietly pushed out or publicly shamed. It's not just faith, it's a power structure designed to make.
And then you wonder why pastors be getting popped outside their church.
Maintain order and compliance. I once tried to post a very neutral comment on a controversial topic, and next thing I knew, I was hauled into several spiritual concern meetings with church leaders. They were more upset about my differing opinion than they would have been if I had robbed a bank. That speaks volumes. Number 2, Christianity survives because of indoctrination. Most believers didn't choose Christianity. They were born into it. Churches know that if kids...
Yep, I didn't choose Christianity. I was born into it. My mother she even said that if you don't get baptized, I'm gonna beat your ass. Damn, this is no better than slavery.
Aren't indoctrinated early, they're far less likely to adopt religious belief later in life. This is why many churches are very glad to support other fantasy and fairy tale characters, because they know it all works together for their good. That's why youth ministries exist, not to teach kids how to think, but to go ahead and tell them what to think. From a young age, children are conditioned to accept religious teachings as fact, discouraging critical thinking about their faith. Without this early reinforcement, Christianity would struggle to sustain itself. Some of my earliest memories are coloring pictures of out of the Bible, such as Noah's Ark, but never quite allowed to ask, so wait, God drowned everybody else? That's kind of extreme, isn't it? They just gave me more crayons and told me to thank God for his mercy. Isn't it beautiful how they love to have us painting, as children, acts of, well, that. All right.
Genocide.
And before we get to number one, if you like what I do and want to show your support, click the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the alert notification bell, and if you can, please share this to your social media. That's how we can continue to make a difference. Now, on with number one on our list. The church needs you more than you need it. Without your money, attendance, and loyalty, the church ceases to exist. It tells you that you need it for morality, purpose, and salvation.
Exactly. Just like the government. You don't need religion and you don't need government.
Truth is, the church is dependent on you, not the other way around. And once you realize that, you're free. At the end of the day, church isn't about truth. It's about control. Pastors won't admit that because their entire livelihood depends on people staying in the system. But you don't have to. You can think for yourself. You can walk away. And when you do, you'll realize you never needed the church to begin with. The minute you say, actually, I'm good without Sunday morning guilt trips, and
I was like, fuck God, fuck Jesus, fuck the devil. If I see those motherfuckers, they catching these hands.
enforced tithes, is the minute you discover a whole world of authenticity, autonomy, and agency. It's like discovering
And open-mindedness to other shit. And not feeling like you're in a goddamn trap. Fuck Christianity and everything it fucking stands for. Bitch!
It's like discovering you had wings for the whole time, but they were folded under a pew. Christians, have you ever wondered why so many pastors end up becoming atheists?
That was Durante Lamar. Make sure y'all subscribe to his channel. He's an ex-pastor telling you all the fucking secrets of what goes on in the church. So this is Hurricane Night Baptist Church. You better ask some questions about what the fuck going on in your church. Or leave that shit alone. I'm out. Corporation, let's burn it down. Burn it down. America's a corporation. Let's burn it down. Burn it down. America's a corporation. Let's burn it down. Burn it down. With cooperation, we can burn it down. Burn it down. Government official, while I hit it with the missile, blow up everything. Nigga, gotta give a fuck about them. Me raise everything. They real rage. Every brain's gon' hang, bang, bang. When I shot him, came from the bottom with this motherfucker powder, killing every other bullets, rain shower, got a power. Any motherfucker with the government of parliament, using human shit with the body of an ornament. While I shoot a fair right dead in his artery. Wife trying to run, old bitch, you part of it. Now I got a car again, shooting up a fair van. Stringing the nigga, I gotta do it with a headband. Kicking the nigga, I gotta do it like a fan man. Stumping the nigga, the bottom, listening to red man. Hospital nigga, I gotta beat it with a bedpan. Yeah, man, fed is a dead man. Breathe. While I smoke on the weed, whether down my feet, then live on my knees. I gotta be free, I gotta be me, I gotta be a G. Revolutionary to the military, they get it buried. Until Klaus drive, he get it buried. With the motherfucking buzz, he want us to eat, sleep with a heat. If I can repeat, but I do what I gotta do, shoot what I gotta shoot. Leave it the whole nigga, they hula loop. Shooting at all chickens, the beauty coop. While I pull up at the Subaru, bitch ass nigga. Dead by the river, leave that fed head dead by the river. Tell the government they next, who the best server can't be the name, look and check my nigga. Fuck the corporations, let's burn it down. Burn it down. With cooperation, we can burn it down. Burn it down. America's a corporation. Let's burn it down. Burn it down. With cooperation, we can burn it down. Burn it down. America's a corporation. Let's burn